Good morning, stamping friends. Happy Friday, everybody. So glad you're joining me today. I'm a little bit early, I know, my apologies. But I'm so glad that some of you are able to come on and celebrate the last day of Gratitude Week with me. So it's 9 a.m. Eastern time. I know the West Coast girls, that's really, really early for them. But I have a demonstrator event this weekend. I'm so excited. I get to actually go see some of my demonstrator friends in real life. So it has been over 2 years since we've been able to gather together as demonstrators. So we decided we were going to host an event and get together in Gettysburg. So it's this weekend. So yay, I'm super happy for that. But that means I needed to come on a little bit early and hang out with you guys for a bit. So it's a sad day. Today is our last day of Gratitude Week. So let's see what daily prize we have. Oh my gosh, I had it on a pile. All right, that's just the craziest thing. Here it is, it was hiding. So today's final daily prize patrol is the gingerbread and peppermint gingerbread and peppermint designer series paper. So let's see what all the prizes were. Just as a recap, so we had the Real Red ruffled ribbon, we had the In Color Jewels, we had Tidings of Christmas designer series paper. We had the Genial Gems, and now we have the gingerbread and peppermint designer paper. So these are the prizes I gave away each day. And check back probably Sunday. I'm going to announce the winners because, like I said, I'm going to be out of town this weekend. So I will announce the winners and also our grand prize winner, who's getting all of the projects I made this week. So that's an exciting prize. So we will check back then, and of course my nose is going to run. Oh my goodness, Betty is awake. Good morning, Betty. I'll try to talk quietly. So you have your coffee and slowly wake up with me. So another quick reminder, tomorrow is the final day to take advantage of the gingerbread and peppermint memories and more class. This is a Stamp-A-Stack, so you're gonna get everything you need to make all 5 of these cards, 2 of each card, so a total of 10. You'll get the ribbon, you'll get the rhinestones, all the little stickers are part of the kit. You're gonna get all the cardstock bases, everything you need, plus the memories and more kit. And tomorrow is the last day to take advantage of that. So I wanted to make sure we talked about that. The adhesive sale is still going on. So where do we have that? My adhesive sale right here. Buy 5, get 1 free. So you can mix and match these, and then you get to pick a 6th one for absolutely free. So that's going on until, well, it's today. It ends today, you guys. So alongside with that is my Gratitude Week special offer. So you can shop online. There's my online store. Shop online anytime. Here's your Gratitude Week host code. And any order over $40 is going to receive a free embossing folder of choice. I have given away a lot of embossing folders today, you guys. So hello, there's another West Coaster. Good morning, Nora. You're up early as well. What time is it out there? Is it like 6 in the morning for you guys? You are hardcore stampers for sure. Now keep in mind, this special offer cannot be combined with this special offer, okay? So that's my only thing. All right, what else do we need to talk about today? Well, I forgot to show you guys some extra projects that I made from what we used yesterday, the Merriest Moments. So I wanted to showcase a little bit of what I was playing with. So I made this one just focusing on the stamps only. I did not even use the dies or the embossing folder. So I used the painted texture embossing folder and just did some stamping. So there's that one. Then I used the embossing folder and went a little off topic here with black, gray, and a pop of yellow. So I did that one. There's the embossing folder with the die cut right there. And then I did this one, pulling in the Ever Eden designer series paper. And I love that soft, succulent, and evergreen. I really love those 2 colors together, and just a little pop with that red poinsettia. So I forgot to show you guys those yesterday. And now, are you all sitting down? I have a very, very important announcement. So make sure everybody is seated, because you guys, I showed this framed art piece to you guys earlier this week. Everybody went ballistic over this. Everybody was messaging and asking if I was doing this as a class. And ideally, I had not planned on doing it as a class, but enough of you guys convinced me that we needed this as a class. So yes, friends, this is a class. It is an in-person class. So it will be held December 6th. That's a Monday, from 6 to 8 p.m. in my stamp studio. So those of you guys who are local to me, you have the opportunity to come and actually make this framed art piece. If you're not local to me, come anyway. Just take a vacation. Just take off work and just come hang out with me. Trust me, it'll be fun. Actually, I know that doesn't always work for you guys, so I do have to-go options as well. So you can take the class in person. You can also take it as a to-go kit. So the class is $25. It's going to include the quarter pack of Peaceful Place Designer Series paper, a pack of the rhinestones. Oh, I love it. Anne, come on, Anne. I have a spare room. Come on down. It's not that far, right? Betty, Tamara, Nora, you guys can get on a plane. Come on over. That would be so much fun, wouldn't it? But, you know, I get it. So quarter pack of the Designer Series paper, a pack of the rhinestones, and Wink of Stella. So you can put Wink of Stella on those trees in that cabin and just have everything nice and sparkly. Plus, you'll get the PDF tutorial as well. So just don't forget, if you need to have this shipped, make sure you add shipping as your option. So you have the opportunity to get this as a $25 class. It does not include the frame. It does not include travel expenses. No, Betty, I'm afraid not. Boy, that would be an expensive class, wouldn't it? Does not include the frame. The other thing that I offered is the ability to purchase more than one. You guys have been asking about that, and yes. So you can add on extra kits that would only include the paper part. Okay, so because in your kit, you're going to get the rhinestones, you're going to get the Wink of Stella, you're going to get the paper, you can use your paper and the winker and all that good stuff in your first one, and then your second one's just going to be your paper part. So, because a lot of you guys like to give these as gifts. So somebody did ask, did I see a comment go by real quick at what size this is? This can be an 8x8. It is a 9x9. Or it could be a 12x12. So right now, the actual part is an 8x8. So if you have an 8x8 frame, it will fit. This one is put into a 9x9 frame. It fits. If you wanted a 12x12, you would take this entire panel and put it onto a 12x12 piece of cardstock or a 12x12 piece of designer paper. So yeah, and these make great presents. I know lots of people love to make them and give them away as gifts. So we've got that one. And then this one told me that it wanted a friend. So here's its friend. So I have two. It's a twofer, you guys. I have two framed art classes going on. Now keep in mind, this is a turnaround quickly because the holidays are coming. I know Thanksgiving is like right around the corner. Christmas is bearing down on us. So this is a really, really quick offer. So sign up ends the 26th of November, Friday. So you have 1 week to sign up. You can take one, you can take Santa, you can take the cabin, or you can take them both. Both of them are $25. Both come with everything that you'll need to create them. Again, in person. So if you're an in-person person, I will have everything for you. You'll use my stamps, my ink, my dies, all that good stuff. But I have to-go kits. And the same with this one. You can purchase the kit, the first kit, and then you can add on additional kits. So if you wanted to do it with a friend, or if you wanted to get together with some of your family, you wanted to make them as gifts, again, frame is not included. Registration is up, and it it just emailed out. So if you're not on my email list, girls, what are you waiting for? Got to get on my email list so you'll be the very first to know when I send out things like this. So my email list is in the description of this video. You can ask to join my email list. Shipping is always $9, Thelma. It is up a little bit priority because of the holidays. So $9 for shipping. Again, it does not include your frame. So you would need to check out maybe the Hobby Lobby or the Michaels and look for frames. Like I said, it will fit an 8x8 frame, a 9x9 frame, or 12x12 just by putting it on a larger piece of cardstock or designer series paper. But how stinking cute is Ho Ho? He is adorable. So those are my two offerings. Like I said, email has gone out. Registration is open. It's also on my Stamp with Jody B Facebook page. So registration is there as well. And when I get a chance, it will be in the description of this video. Keep in mind, I am leaving right after this to go to that demo event. So it may be a little bit longer till I get things linked up with this video. So if you have any questions, let me know, but I hope you love them. I just thought they were so adorable. You guys were ready for some framed art. It's been a long time since we have done anything with home decor. So Merry Christmas, kids. I love you, and I want to make you happy. All right, so let's get stamping. We're gonna leave Christmas for a little bit and we're gonna head into fall. So we're gonna use the Nature's Harvest bundle, and then I'm gonna pull in Enjoy the Moment. Enjoy the Moment was a stamp set that we got for free at a demonstrator event, and I kind of was like, meh, I'm not quite sure, but I love the sentiments. So that's what we're going to focus on today, because I really am not sure what all these little bits and pieces are. So I haven't done a ton of things with it, but I do really, really love the sentiments. So let's get moving. I only have 2 projects for you today since I am a little bit of a time crunch. So good morning, Tamra. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. All right, so let's start off with simple, right? We start off with some simple stamping each day because some of us don't have everything to go wild, and some of us like to just make nice, simple, quick, easy cards. So I've got a piece of the Crumb Cake here, a piece of Very Vanilla, and then I have a piece of the Harvest Meadow. I think that's what it's called, Harvest Meadow maybe? Designer series paper. So do I have a sample of that? Let's see if I have a sample to show you, because it really is. Oh, there's the dies. So this is what all the dies look like. Oh my goodness, you are up early. You can sleep in. At least it's only early today, right, Tamara? At least I wasn't on at 6 in the morning every day. Here is the designer series paper. So pretty. Colors I would have never thought to put together. So there's the DSP pack, and then of course there's the set of dies. So we're going to distress this paper a little bit. It already is, like you can see how it's got some shading in it, but let's do a little more distressing. So I'm gonna grab myself a sponge dauber, and I have some Crumb Cake ink, and I'm just gonna sponge the edges of this just to give it a little bit more of a worn and vintage look. It'll also kind of help it stand off a little bit more from the Very Vanilla. So I like to kind of do a little bit more in the corners. Just kind of like old-timey worn. So this is an old technique, this sponging. This was kind of one of the first things I learned how to do. And you sponge away from you. I'm so sorry my nose is running, you guys. You're gonna hear me sniff through this whole video. But you just sponge away, and you can always go back and add more here and there. So we're just gonna do that. And then we can attach that to our piece of Very Vanilla. And then that can go right, nope, let's not put that on our cardstock because I want to add a piece of ribbon. Okay, so let's do some stamping. I have a piece of soft suede, so we've got some shades of brown here today, and then I have another piece of very vanilla. And we're gonna go with soft suede ink. So the first thing I'm gonna stamp is my sentiment. So I'm gonna go with thank you. It's gratitude week, right? We need to have thank you. There we are. And I chose soft suede because I wanted it just a little bit darker. Crumb Cake was just a smidge too light. So I wanted it to be a little bit darker. And I want a piece of scrap paper here just to protect my table. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up our flowers. So sometimes a little tip that I have is when you have really big stamps, I usually go a little bit opposite of what we normally do. So I take my ink to my stamp. I just leave it this way. And that's just because it's a heavy block, it's big, it's bulky, and it's a little bit bigger than the pad. So I just leave it down. I do this with the cabin as well. And I just tap, and then I can see that I've got ink everywhere there needs to be ink. Then I pick it up and stamp it. That's just me. Just a little tidbit for you. Whoops. There we are. Now, I'm going to come back in and do that exact same thing, but I want to really distress this side. So I'm going to see if I can, will my bone folder work? I usually use my fingernails for this, but I don't want to damage them. So I'm just going to rough this up with the edge of my bone folder. I'm going to use, let's see if scissors will work. Scissors sometimes are a little too sharp. Yeah, that's all right. It's fraying the cardstock, and that's kind of what I want. We used to have a tool many, many moons ago, a distress tool. Were you guys around when we had the distressor tool? Just to have a little vintage effect, really going over those corners. Now it does make a little bit of fuzz, so I'm going to scoot that out of the way because I don't want the fuzz going into my ink pad there. Now some people like this and some don't, so it's totally your choice whether you wanted to add a little vintage look. But it kind of is kind of just different. Yeah, just like Tamara said. I bet you still do, Deb. We did. We had this very cool distress tool. I kind of almost wish we still had it. Probably some of us do, like Debbie. Debbie's still got some of her old stuff. So now we just want to get rid of the fuzz. We can leave it like that, or we can really make that distressing pop out by grabbing that dauber and our crumb cake again. You can really go crazy with this distressing. So you could really like wear the corners, kind of make it look like an old book. You're not old, Debbie. Oh my goodness, girl. I'm 23 years. I'm right behind you. Now, you know what I want to do? What would happen? Let's experiment. I'm feeling like let's just do something fun. What would happen if I just tapped a little color in the center of that flower? There we go. This looks a little good. Not too bad. Thank goodness I didn't ruin it on camera, right? Okay, so we're going to attach this to our piece of soft suede. Oh, I love it. Yes, Anne. We're not old. We're experienced. Yes, I like that. Like it, like it. My grandma used to say she wasn't old, she was a recycled teenager. So I'm gonna pick at those edges. Like I really want them to kind of be like roughed up, okay? So we've got a little vintage look going on there. Now we'll take a piece of ribbon, and this is the diamond weave ribbon. This ribbon's a little bit thick, so be cautious when you're sending it through the mail. We don't want to end up having you get arrested for needing more postage. Nah, they wouldn't arrest you. But they will send a bill to the person getting your card. I've had that happen before. How embarrassing. Alrighty. There's our ribbon. So now we can attach this onto our card base. There we go. And then we're gonna get out some dimensionals because you know we gotta have our Pop-Tarts this morning. And we'll just put 4 of those in each corner, or 1 in each corner, I guess. And there we are. Now, what do we need? What do we need? Bling. So I've got, look how much of these I've used. I love these metallic dots. And so I've been using them quite a bit. So we're gonna go, the gold is gone, but we're gonna go with the, whatever this is. It looks green. There we go, add a little bling. Okay, so there is our super easy card with, add that distressing, just really kind of makes it pop. But you know, it was just a sponge and a pair of scissors. There we go. All right, so let's do our next one. It's a little bit more wow. Here's my original one. I just used a different designer series paper. Okay, so I gotta make some room because we need to do some scoring. Okay, and I gotta show you something that's gonna make you sad. I don't wanna make my friends sad. I know you're already sad that today is the last day of Gratitude Week, but I'm using Blackberry Beauty designer paper today. This paper, oh my gosh, you guys, we can't keep it in stock. So if you were able to get some, you are one of the lucky few because it was back in and it's already sold out and we can't get it again. So keep an eye out. If you want this paper, keep an eye out. I'll let you know when it comes back in stock, but holy guacamole, it was in, it was out, it was in, it was out. Everybody loves this paper. It's just gorgeous. I mean, it's so, so gorgeous. So we're gonna do a fun fold. We've got a piece of designer series paper here. This is from my friend Meg Lovin. And so I saw her project and I was like, ooh, very nice, Meg. Thanks for sharing. So we're gonna create that today. We have it 11 and a half by 5. So, oh, you better keep it, Susan, because we can't get that ephemera pack, that ephemera until December 13th. So, yep, gone again, Betty. Can't even, it's not even back ordered. Like you can't even get it. So, 11 and a half by 5, 11 and a half inch at the top. And we are going to score at 1 3/4. So when you're scoring designer paper, kids, be very careful, very light-handed. You don't want to tear through your paper. If you're using the Simply Scored, there's 2 ends of the stylus. So I use the big fat end for designer series paper. It tends to not tear through as easily. 4 3/4 and 7 3/4. Okay, so again, 1 3/4, 4 3/4, 7 3/4. And descriptions will go dimensions will go in the description of the video, but remember, probably not timely today because I got to teach a class at noon. So when I get some free time, I will definitely do that for you. All right, so I have 2 pieces of cardstock. I have Rich Razzleberry and Early Espresso, and then we've got our designer series paper. So we're just going to carefully fold on our scores and make them nice and crisp with our bone folder here. And then this piece will come over. So almost a little like an accordion fold, kind of. So it's going to pull open like that. Okay. So we're going to take some of the gold shimmer ribbon. This was sold out for a while, but it is back in stock, and it's going to wrap around our piece of designer series paper, and this is what's going to hold it shut. So we've got that gorgeous gold ribbon, and we're going to go ahead and put our, where's my, okay, there we are. We're going to put our adhesive on the back of that piece of DSP. And then I'm just going to tack this ribbon around. Try to make it pretty even and pretty in the middle. So I'm only having adhesive back here. So we can now attach this to our piece of espresso. Sorry for the sniffs. And this is just a very tiny, 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 teeny tiny, super tiny, microscopic border, like 1/8 of an inch. There we go. And now this can go onto that rich razzleberry piece. Welcome to everybody who is just coming on with us. We're so happy that you're here this morning. This paper, it really is just stunning. You can see why it's selling out. I mean, everybody is just in love with this paper. So keep your eye out. We're hoping that it comes back in by the end of the month. Hope, hope, hope. All right, now what I did ahead of time, I have a piece of espresso and I have some of this super fun cork paper. This is literally cork. It's a real thin layer of cork put on a piece of paper backing. So I cut that out ahead of time with the Stitched So Sweetly dies, these cute little stitched scallops. And we're going to attach this here. And then we're going to put that on our card front, but we have to be super careful where we put our adhesive. Otherwise, our card will not open. So we're going to center that. And, all right, I'm going to do it a different way than I did my original. So see how it's going to flip and flap open? Super neat, right? I'm going to have my ribbon come across the top and hold that shut. I'll show you how I did my original one where my ribbon went underneath the cork piece, but I think I'm going to like the ribbon on top ahead of time. So now it's time to do some coloring. So when you guys were sleeping, I stamped and die cut I don't know what these are, flowers. I mean, I know they're flowers, but I don't know what kind they are. Like, I don't think they're Black-Eyed Susans. I'm pretty sure they're not, and not daisies. But anyway, if you know, if you know, you know, right? If you know, you know. All right, so we've got some Mossy Meadow, and I have dark here, so I'm just gonna come do the shading where Stampin' Up has already put the shading inside those pretty leaves. Just gonna touch there with a little bit dark. And then I'll come in with the light. Cone flowers, okay, got it. I don't really know, I don't know these things. When you don't know, you don't know. So here's our light Mossy Meadow. I'm rocking the boat here today, coloring. It's shaking the table. I don't care for that. All right, so we're gonna carefully do these flower stems. So what color are cone flowers? Are they blue? I did some that were yellow. Hope that was legal. I'm not sure I know cone flowers. But I can tell you what I do know. They're going to be purple today. So purple cone flowers, I hope that's legit. But that's what we got going on today in the studio. So it's a little bit tricky to do it this way. So normally when I'm at home, and if I were you guys, if I was you, here's what I would do. I would stamp, and then I would color, and then I would cut out. Because when you have it cut out, you just lose some surface area. Like it wants to shift on me, and I don't want to have any mess up. So that's what I do. That's what I would do if I was you. Or if I was me. That's what I would normally do if I was me. All right. They're different colors. Okay, cool. Well, they're going to be purpley pink today, Susie, so that sounds good. Sounds like a plan. All right, so there we go with that. Now I'm going to come in with my Blackberry Bliss. We no longer have the rich Razzleberry Stampin' Blends. So I've got the Blackberry Bliss, and this is dark. This is a very, very dark purple. So I'm just going to come in with my dark, and I'm going to go around just the center and add a little bit of darkness there. Because sometimes too much dark and you lose the image in your stamp. So just a little dark here, but I'm going to show you a trick. I'm going to do a trick for you guys in a little bit here. You're going to love it. So kind of here in the center. There we are with the dark. And then I'll come in and add the light. And the light is really not super light. It's just a lighter version of the dark. That's why I say like this purple is a darken. All right, I should have music or something that plays when I color, huh? You guys could sing amongst yourselves while I do this coloring. I sometimes think I should color and have it done ahead of time, but then I get so many questions about the blends. So I think, well, you know, maybe I should color in front of you guys so that you kind of see how I do things. How I do things. There we go. And then I go back here and kind of blend that in a little bit. So we're getting there. There we go. So now I'm going to do the same thing with that dark cinnamon cider. Again, that is, that's really dark as well. So I'm just going to put a little bit of dark here in the bottom, where the darkest part of the stamp is, and then I'll come back in and add the light. And then it'll be time for the trick. So don't anybody leave. Stay with me. Okay, so now the trick is this thing. This is our color lifter. So this is a straight alcohol blend, and it will bleed the color off. So where there might be some sunlight, I can go in and kind of swirl around and make it a little bit lighter. It's great for adding like shading. So I kind of thought the tips of the petals would definitely be lighter than the center. So I went in and just bled those those petal tips a little bit. So I don't know if it's showcasing how it is lightening up a little bit. So I will tell you, this is a lifter, not an eraser. So it does not take your color, it lifts a layer of color off, but it doesn't erase. So if you have an uh-oh and you got outside the line, you can kind of go over it a little bit and help lighten it, but that doesn't mean it's just going to totally erase. Okay, so hopefully you can see how it looks like it definitely has some light and dark shading now. So pretty, I love it. So let's add that to our card, and we're going to add it with some dimensionals, of course, a couple Pop-Tarts. And while I have you guys on here, I want to thank you all so much for taking advantage of the sale yesterday. It was an amazing sale, and I was up to 11:30 last night putting orders in because they just kept coming. Orders just kept coming in. You guys were taking advantage big time. So I want to thank you all so much for your support. That's why I'm here this week, thanking you guys for supporting me all year long. All right. So here we go. Pretty flowers, so pretty. And now this is going to come across here and we're just going to tie it shut. Now I'm not going to tie it shut yet because we want to do a little something something on our inside. So I have two pieces here. I have two stitched scallop rectangles and I've got some early espresso. So let's do our sentiment. Where do I want it? Yeah, let's do our sentiment here. We're going to do an enjoy the moment. And a little, this is another stamp that's in that set. Don't know what it is. And maybe chrysanthemums? Oh, you just got the cork paper. It is fun to work with. All right, so now I want to do here. So let's bring those cone flowers in and just kind of hook up at the bottom there. Now I need a piece of white scrap and I forgot to bring some over. So let me grab that. Hold, please. All right, I just went into the trash pile. Oh my God, I really just picked some out of the trash. Eek. All right, so I'm gonna do a little note here. Isn't that cute? I love that little note. That's my favorite one. It works for everything. So you can stamp this card and then you can be like, it's a little note of thanks. It's a little note to wish you a happy birthday. It's a little note to tell you that I'm sorry that you're not feeling well. It's a little note for whatever it is that you might need. Now we're just gonna snippy snip that out and attach these on the inside. And you guys, we're almost done. We're almost done. How am I doing on time? Oh, I'm in good shape. I'm in good shape. Okay. Don't want to be late for my own party, right? There we are. So now we have lots of room to sign our little sentiment to our friend for our little note. And then this one will go here. Close it. And let's, I don't know if we can do a bow. We might have to do a knot. I don't know how my fingers are feeling today. If my lefty fingers are gonna allow me to tie a bow, but we're gonna try it. Come on, fingers, wakey, wakey. Oh, this ribbon is very shippery. It's shippery. It's slippery. All right, come on now. Now it's just a challenge. Like I'm gonna win, ribbon. I always win. There we go. So where's my nub? Yeah, there's my end. I'm gonna show you who's boss today. All right, so there's our pretty little ribbon. I'm going to trim a little bit off the end. I'm not going to trim too much because I don't want, if my person opens this and they want to tie it back up again. Where'd my note go? Oh, that's perfect. Tamara uses this because she's a singer, so she sends it to her singer friends. You know, get it? Just a note. Just a note. Yeah. I like that. I like it. I'm going to tack it underneath that flower just a smidgy. Oh my gosh, so cute, y'all. So cute. All right, there we are. Oh no, we're not done. We're not done. What do we need, kids? We need bling. We need bling. So I had to go to a second pack because I wanted to tie in with the gold. So we're gonna bring in some gold dots here. These metallic dots were hard to get for a while, but they are back in stock now. So there we are. There is our Fun Fold Designer Series paper card. Love it. And somebody, some lucky duck, is gonna win it. Now I'm going to see if I can tie that back up again because I have to take a photo of it when I'm done here. All right, so quick reminder, guys, if you're not over at Stamp with Jody B, my Facebook group, you guys want to head over there because I'm posting the still photos and video tutorials over there for the rest of these cards. So there's one that we made today, and here's our second. So I'm so sorry we only have 2 cards today because I got to run. But thank you all so much for joining me. A couple real quick reminders. My first reminder is don't come back here tomorrow at 10 in the morning because I won't be here. Gratitude week is over, y'all. Gratitude week is over, and I thank you so much for hanging out with me each week. I hope it was fun. We probably will do it again because celebration's coming. So we might do another week of celebration fun, maybe in January when it's all cold and wintry and we want to stay inside and hang out. So don't forget real quick, adhesive sale, buy 5, get 1 free ends today. Gratitude week is over, as well as my special offer. A $40 order earns you a free embossing folder. So there's your host code right there. So don't forget that ends tonight as well. And don't forget that the framed art class is open now. So it's these 2 framed art pieces. Pick one or pick both in person at my home Monday, December 6th from 6 to 9 p.m. or you can get to-go kits. So information was emailed out today, so make sure you're in my mailing list. If you are not sure, it's in the description of this video, how you can get hooked up with me and always know what's going on. It's also posted over on my Stamp with Jody B Facebook group. This is my group right here. So if you are not over there, go over there, sign yourself up, come hang out with us. All right, everyone, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy every moment. Thank you guys again for just being an amazing part of my life. Whether you order from me, whether you take my classes, whether you come stamp with me, whether you are one of my demonstrator friends or one of my phone friends that just comes and visits with me when I'm live. It just has made my entire last year that was kind of sucky for all of us. It made it good for me because I met so many amazing people. So thank you guys so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Kisses to you all. Have a wonderful weekend. And I will be back to normal Wednesday. So Wednesday is normally when I am live. Monday is YouTube night or YouTube day. So make sure you guys subscribe to my channel on YouTube because I always have a new movie over there on Monday. And I'll be back here next week, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Bye, guys.